Let's dive right into this explainer and explore the really fascinating technology that allows our electronics to actually listen to their surroundings. We live in a world just filled with audio cues, from blaring sirens down to the quietest little whispers. And today, we're looking at exactly how we give our machines the ability to tune in and make sense of it all. Think about it. We naturally react to noises, right? A loud bang literally makes us jump. A baby crying instantly gets our attention. A spoken command directs us. But to make a machine do the exact same thing, we have to bridge this massive gap between a physical sound wave traveling through the air and the digital brain of a computer. We basically need a specific piece of hardware that acts as an electronic ear. And this is exactly where sound sensors come into play.
Here's a quick look at our agenda for today. First, what is a sound sensor? Second, how do sound sensors work? Third, real-world applications. And fourth, how to build your own project.
Okay, Section 1. What is a sound sensor? Let's define the tech. At its core, a sound sensor functions as what engineers call an input transducer. Now, that takes a physical stimulus, or a measurand, which in the specific case is acoustic pressure, or sound waves traveling through the air, and it converts it into an electrical signal. It's actually a lot like how human eardrums turn physical vibrations into neurological messages for our brains to process. These sensors turn acoustic energy into raw voltage that a microcontroller can finally understand and use.
Now, you might be wondering, wait, isn't that just a microphone? Well, yes and no. The absolutely crucial difference here is that while a microphone captures complex, detailed audio waveforms for us to listen to or record, a sound sensor's main job is simply to detect if a sound happened at all and how loud it was. It just provides basic signals like loud or quiet, and this distinction is incredibly important for efficiency. You see, rather than overwhelming a computer processor with massive, heavy audio files that it constantly has to analyze, a sound sensor just provides a lightweight, instant trigger. It's perfect for rapid, automated actions.
Moving on to Section 2, how sound sensors work. Let's look at the internal mechanics. So how does this physical to digital magic actually happen? It breaks down into three main steps. First, a tiny component called an electret condenser microphone has this highly sensitive diaphragm. When physical sound waves hit it, that diaphragm vibrates and generates a tiny, very weak electrical signal. Second, because that initial signal is way too weak for a standard computer pin to read, it gets sent to a built-in amplifier circuit right there on the board to significantly boost its voltage. And finally, step 3, the real magic, happens in a comparator chip, usually an LM393. This chip's entire job is to constantly compare that newly amplified signal against a strict preset threshold, instantly deciding if the noise in the room is actually loud enough to trigger an action.
Depending on your specific module, the sensor can output its data in two different ways. You can measure the exact sound intensity continuously via an analog output. This gives you a really smooth, fluctuating voltage that directly mirrors the intensity of the sound wave in real time. Or you can use a digital output. Digital gives you a beautifully simple binary yes or no, on or off signal. That digital pin only fires when a sharp noise, like a hand clap or maybe a slamming door, crosses that strict comparator threshold we just talked about.
Section 3, real-world applications. Let's look at these sensors in society.
It's crazy how these basic mechanics scale up to solve massive, complex problems. Take Halo smart sensors used in schools, for example. They detect the acoustic signature of raised voices or aggression in bathrooms. But because they only measure raw sound data and don't record actual audio, they perfectly protect student privacy. On a much larger scale, citywide ShotSpotter systems use entire networks of highly calibrated sound sensors to instantly triangulate gunfire that routes police to a specific location before a 911 call is even made. In manufacturing, these sensors listen to the subtle, invisible vibrations of heavy machinery to predict part failures before a catastrophic breakdown even happens. And on construction sites, they're constantly monitoring decibel levels to ensure absolute compliance with city noise codes. So sound detection provides this powerful, proactive layer of security and monitoring, especially in places where video cameras simply can't go.
All right, Section 4, build your own project. Let's get hands-on with Arduino.
A truly perfect starting point for learning this is the Clap Control Light. This introductory DIY project flawlessly demonstrates how to use that digital output. We're simply telling an Arduino microcontroller to flip a light switch, an LED in this case, whenever it hears a sharp, loud noise that passes the sensor's threshold. It is incredibly empowering to connect a physical action, like clapping your hands from across the room, to an immediate hardware response sitting right there on your desk.
And the wiring is super straightforward. You power the sensor by connecting its VCC pin to your Arduino's 5-volt output, and the GND pin straight to ground. Then route the digital output pin to any digital input on your Arduino, like pin D2. But here's the absolutely crucial step for anyone building this. Out of the box, your sensor has no idea what loud means in your specific room. So if it's too sensitive and triggering constantly, or if it's just not triggering at all when you clap, you have to take a tiny screwdriver and physically adjust the blue potentiometer on the board. That little screw manually tunes the LM393 comparator's threshold so it perfectly matches the background noise of your environment.
We've covered a ton of ground in this explainer today, from the basic physics of input transducers to massive citywide security applications, all the way down to a fun, hands-on Arduino build. Whether it's building a smart home alarm or a robot that flawlessly responds to your commands, the possibilities just explode once you give your electronics the sense of hearing. So, my final question to you is, what invisible sounds in your environment will you start listening for next?